Rafizi Ramli has responded to a second show-cause letter by PKR. Stay tuned to find out what he said. Meanwhile, Victor Chin has requested to testify for a court hearing via video call. This and more on KiniNews. Former PKR Deputy President Rafizi Ramli has urged the party to sack him if it deems him in violation of disciplinary rules. This came after he received a second show-cause letter from PKR's disciplinary board dated April 9th. The letter outlined several alleged infractions which had supposedly tarnished the party's name. In a post on X, Rafizi called on the board to make a firm and quick decision in determining his fate with the party. He cautioned against further delays, saying that the public are already wary. He said if his explanations are considered to have violated the party constitution, PKR should be like a normal party and take the action of sacking, as has been done previously to other party members who face disciplinary charges. The latest show-cause letter from Disciplinary Board Chairperson Zainul Sama to Rafizi claimed that he had been found to have frequently issued negative statements against the party and its president, Anwar Ibrahim, who is also the Prime Minister. Among the matters cited by Zainul include Rafizi's alleged attack against Anwar via claims that the Prime Minister tends to expect subordinates to constantly praise him and follow his instructions, and supposed implications that Anwar had defended MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki. In a 4-page reply, among others, Rafizi said his criticism of fawning behavior is not new and should be regarded with the same openness as before. He added that criticisms of Anwar's supposed defense of Azam should not be attributed to his speech during the Tangkap Azam Baki demonstrations. He said this is as Anwar himself had been outspoken on his backing of Azam amid a slew of accusations against the Graftbusters leader. When asked to comment on the matter, this was Anwar's response.
Datuk Rafizi banyak kesana pada pemimpin PKR yang minta beliau diambil tindakan. So Datuk Sri sebagai Presiden mungkin ada apa nasihat kepada beliau?
Apa nak kita minta tenang kumpul. Masalah ekonomi negara lebih serius daripada masalah peribadi.
Anwar has also commented on the fuel prices in Malaysia. He told reporters that the government will strive to maintain fuel prices under the Budi Madani RON 95 petrol subsidy program to RM1.99 per litre. He added that the government will also continue the diesel subsidy program and will look into methods to address groups affected by the current rise in diesel prices.
Setakat ini kita berusaha untuk pertahankan harga RON 95 ini walaupun dia dari segi tekanan kewangan sedikit membebankan kerajaan. Tapi saya ingat penting juga supaya kita kurangkan bebanan kepada rakyat, sebab itu kita minta kerjasama elakkan daripada penggunaan sebenarnya. Kalau ada ruang untuk 200, tak semestinya digunakan, kita maknanya ada sumbangan. Tiap orang bertanggungjawab menyelamatkan ekonomi negara. Yang kedua tentang diesel, subsidi diesel itu diteruskan supaya tidak tertekan. Ada beberapa kalangan yang rasa mereka dengan kenaikan harga diesel itu membebankan. Kalau melibatkan soal peladang, petani, nelayan itu telah dibantu. Tapi kalau bidang-bidang lain itu kita dengan beberapa kementerian sedang mengkaji untuk mengurangkan tekanan kepada mereka. Okay?
From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. Meanwhile, Economy Minister Akmal Nasir said the government will prioritize ensuring sufficient supplies of fuel and basic goods so that economic activities can continue amid the global energy crisis. He described fuel supply as the biggest challenge during the crisis. Citing views from organizations such as the World Bank, he said all available resources should be directed towards guaranteeing adequate supplies. Akmal made the remarks to Bernama before appearing on a program on Bernama TV. Referring to Anwar's assurance that Malaysia's fuel supply can last till June, he expressed confidence that Petroleum Nasional Berhad, Petronas, will work to maintain supply beyond that period. Akmal also noted a growing trend among countries to prioritize domestic needs and suggested that future diplomatic relations may take on a more transactional, barter-like approach. He said this is one of the strategies that should be examined in depth to ensure that national interest is safeguarded in our relations with other countries. Businessperson Victor Chin has sought the Kuala Lumpur High Court's permission to testify in a civil case via Zoom. According to 2 letters submitted by his legal counsel, Chin is now overseas and fears he would be harmed if he returned to Malaysia due to the corporate mafia scandal. The letter filed by law firm KH Wong & Co. on April 8th stated that the fear was caused by wide media coverage and accusations that were made publicly against him. It said this has placed him in a reasonable fear of harm should he return for the time being. The firm is representing Chin and 8 other defendants who are being sued by aviation executives Gunasekar Mariappan and Philip Phang over MMAG Holdings Berhad's attempt to take over MJet Sdn Berhad. Chin's counsel said the businessperson denied all allegations against him and stressed that he was a victim of a larger corporate wrongdoing that is currently under investigation and public scrutiny. The firm added that Chin's absence from the country was not to avoid the proceedings, but instead a temporary measure taken for his personal safety. It said he remains committed to taking part in all court proceedings and abiding by all instructions given by this honorable court. It added that he is ready and able to attend the hearing virtually to ensure that the proceedings can go on without unnecessary delay. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. The shrine with Jawi inscriptions bearing the words Allah and Bismillahirrahmanirrahim on its structure in Jasin, Malacca was demolished this morning. According to Malaysia Gazette, a state government agency deployed an excavator to a location along Pantai Siring, where a group of anglers yesterday discovered a structure built illegally on state land. The demolition process took place at 10 a.m. today and ended after about 30 minutes. Yesterday, Malacca State Executive Councillor for Education, Higher Education and Religious Affairs, Rahmat Mariman, said an inspection conducted around the site found a shrine situated within a mangrove forest near the coast. Preliminary checks indicated that the structure may have been in place for 2 to 3 years, although the Jawi inscriptions were only noticed on the day the report was made. Rahmat added that immediate discussions have been convened with several parties, including the Malacca Islamic Religious Department, the police, and the Village Development and Security Committee. He had said Jaim and the police will undertake further investigations to identify those responsible. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Sayyid Mujtaba Hosseini Khamenei, said in a message Thursday that the management of the Strait of Hormuz will certainly enter a new phase. He also vowed that Tehran will demand compensation for all war-related damages. Bernama, citing an Anadolu Agency report, said that a message released by his office described former supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's death as a heavy and historic blow to the Iranian nation and one of the most painful moments in its recent history. It portrayed the current phase as a continuation of his path and legacy. Without elaborating, Khamenei said the management of the Strait of Hormuz will certainly enter a new phase. He stressed that Iran will pursue legal and material accountability for damages and will certainly not leave the criminal aggressors who attacked the country unpunished. The remarks come as Iran prepares to negotiate with the United States in Pakistan. Negotiations are expected to begin Saturday under Pakistan's mediation and continue for up to 2 weeks. Iran has said the talks aim to finalize details of a potential agreement, emphasizing that it does not signify the end of the conflict. Khamenei had also warned that Iran remains ready to respond to any renewed aggression. U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 2-week ceasefire on Thursday, saying Iran presented a workable 10-point proposal, while negotiations are expected to determine whether a longer-term agreement can be reached. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.